I mean... Anyways, Rue should be... Can I make Thanksgiving dinner while stuck in quarantine? But first, let's get drunk.
Welcome to Drunk Dining, where we get drunk and
I don't think I've drank in a while. Oh, God.
Hey guys, welcome back to Drunk Dining. So in today's episode, we're going to be making a Thanksgiving dinner for about 2 to 3 people. And what this will consist of is at least one chicken, about 4 to 5 pounds.
Anyways, hey guys. Sorry, I took a little hiatus because, you know... I fucking always do that. God damn it.
The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start by creating a stock. So the thing about a stock is it consists of a mirepoix. So we're just going to start off with 1 onion, 2 stalks of celery, and we're doing about 9 baby carrots, but this would roughly be about 2 regular sized carrots. And we're just going to roughly chop everything, and we're going to throw it into our Instant Pot. And then we're just going to have a head of garlic, and we're just going to cut it down widthwise, just so that we can expose each clove of garlic to our pot.
I'm allowed to take a break every once in a while, okay? I mean, I had to. There was a lot going on. We had a fucking American election, which almost led to a civil war. I feel like we were this close.
Now that we have all the aromatics, all we gotta do is now just add the bird to our stock. But we do have to extract some meat from it before we do that. So we're gonna extract the breast meat as well as the thigh meat.
Like, I was so ready. I was like, all right, I know what I'm gonna do. We got the harbors, we got New York, we got San Francisco, we got LA. Let's do this, you know? And then luckily that never happened.
So now we're just gonna take our knife and we're gonna feel down the breastbone of the chicken. And we're just gonna get as close as we possibly can and go down it, extracting as much breast meat as possible. And we're just gonna follow down the line until we can connect it with the other side. And then we're just gonna slice it off. And what we should have is 1 breast meat as well as a chicken tenderloin, which we're just going to use the chicken tenderloin just as a taste tester for our dry rub.
But it was kind of funny because I felt like the whole world was celebrating for us. France rang the bells. Like, they didn't even ring the bells when, like, fucking the hunchback died or whatever, you know?
So we're going to do the same thing with the other side of the breast. And if we have to, we'll cut into closer near where the legs are. Now that we have the breast meat separated, we're going to start working on the thighs. So what we're going to do is we're going to dislocate it at the joint. We can see where it's connected to the body. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut straight through that with our knife, cutting through the cartilage. We're not cutting through any bone here.
This facial hair is just temporary. Every November, when I can, I always do No Shave November. I like to pretend it's for good reasons. Like, I want to say, like, oh, charity for men's testicular cancer. But I just do it just to remind myself I'm not a prepubescent kid.
And now we have the body of the bird. And this is going to provide all the flavor for our stock. So now what we have are just chicken leg quarters. And what we're going to do is we're going to bisect the leg from the thigh. We're going to feel for the joint. If you need a little bit of help, just make tiny little slits just so that you can help find it. And once you find it, you're just going to run through your knife and you're just going to cut clean right through. Now take the leg and throw it back into our Instant Pot. Now the final step to breaking down this chicken is to now debone the thigh. I'm not going to go over this too much because there's better tutorials, but basically what you want to do is you want to take the knife and you want to run it straight down where the bone is. And you want to clean off as much of it as you can, trying to extract as much meat as possible.
Guys, we're so weird. We have this shitty thing called testosterone, and it literally just makes us want to flip chairs and fucking flip people off and just punch people in the face. It's really fucked up.
So now we have everything in our Instant Pot to make the stock. We're going to pressure cook this for 40 minutes. And while we're doing that, we're going to dry brine our chicken. So it's going to be about 6 parts salt, 1 part sugar, 2 parts onion powder, 2 parts garlic powder, and just a couple of various other seasonings. And we're going to just put this on the chicken and we're going to let it dry brine for about a day, leaving it uncovered in the fridge.
As soon as we like orgasm, it's like we go from this like raging Hulk, beat people, flip car, We go from that to like, oh, hey, Jimmy, beautiful weather out, right? Gonna head over the coffee shop, go see my favorite barista, grab a double shot non-fat latte, steamed at 140 degrees. Anyways, Billy, see you later. You know, like.
For our mashed potatoes, we're going to use Yukon Gold potatoes. These have a little bit of butteriness to them, and they're great for mashed potatoes. I like to leave the skin on, but if you want, you can always peel them. So start with a cold pot of water. I'm going to dice up these potatoes just so it's easier to mash because you get a little bit more even of a cook. We're going to put it in the cold pot of water and we're going to set to the highest setting that we can, letting these get to a boil and boil for about 20 minutes until they're soft enough that you can poke a knife through it easily.
Billy, Ma said not to get in more fights. If you want to help support the show in any way possible, A, share it with your friends. That's the biggest way. I think you and I are cool, right? You like me, I like you. So, you know, tell your friends and family, watch this stupid ass show that this guy makes in his apartment.
So the mixture to make the mashed potatoes creamy, we're going to use milk, butter, rosemary, and garlic. And all we're going to do is just microwave it. Now that the potatoes are done, we're just going to strain all the water and we're gonna just dry cook it for a little while just to get rid of any excess water that's available. And then we're gonna pour our mixture into a strainer. That way we can strain out all the rosemary and garlic. Just salt as you go and add pepper if you'd like.
But if you really want to help support the show in like a better way, I did create a Patreon with some tiers. For as easy as $3, you get a shout out. There's also perks like extra footage. Like there's so much shit that I cut. You're gonna see like bloopers. And I don't want to talk about this too long because this is me just trying to beg for money. Porridge for the poor. Give me money.
So after 40 minutes of pressure cooking, our stock is finally done. We're gonna separate the solids from the rest of the liquid, and we're gonna separate the meat, and we're gonna use this later in our stuffing. What we wanna do is we wanna get a clean stock. So we're gonna scrape the top of all the fat liquids, and we're gonna separate it using the separator. Basically, we're separating the fat from the liquid. So now we have a rich broth, as well as some fat to make our gravy.
I wanna keep the show going, and you know, not everyone has money. And I get that. It's like the seasons and you want to treat your family to that brand new PS5. If I could get a PS5 right now, I'd be getting a PS5 right now. But instead, I'm making the stupid show because I don't have any money because I don't have a girlfriend or anything. Anyways.
And now we're on to the final step of just making stuffing. So the way we're making our stuffing in this episode is technically a dressing. What we're going to do is we're going to take some croutons and we're just going to add a little bit of seasonings to it. Just sage, thyme, black pepper, keep it simple. So in a separate pot, we're going to saute some onions and celery. And then we're going to add the chicken that we pulled from the stock. And then we're going to add some of the stock back in. We're going to get this to a nice simmer, get it to almost boiling, and then we're going to pour it into our croutons. And then we're just going to mix this as much as we possibly can, trying to feel it out, rehydrate the croutons. Then we're going to add an egg. We're going to transfer this into a casserole dish, and we're going to mix it. And then we're going to preheat an oven at 350 degrees, and then we're going to set this in there, and we're going to cook it for about 40 minutes. So yeah, that's all the steps that we need to do to make sure that we have our Thanksgiving dinner ready. Now let's just hope Drunk Me doesn't mess this up.
My only wish for Christmas is that you guys support the show in any way you possibly can, from simply just watching the videos to sharing it to possibly even being a Patreon. Okay, cheers.
Yay!
All right, let's start cooking. So now it's time to take this all to the oven. It's gonna take about 20 minutes. So when putting the chicken into the oven, try to have the thighs towards the back, just cause these can actually cook a lot longer and they actually get better the longer that they cook. We wanna hit these at 155, whereas these we want around 180. So just gonna throw this in the oven. We got our mashed potatoes, but to be honest, these are like kind of cold, so we're just gonna make a single portion of this. And we're just gonna microwave it. Come on, these are mashed potatoes. You can prepare these ahead of time. So the last thing that we haven't prepared is our gravy. So this is the fat that we took out of our stock. We're just gonna microwave all of these. One thing about cooking shows is they're scared to use microwaves. What the fuck is wrong with using a microwave? Microwaves are a great invention. So I feel like everyone should know what a roux is, but quick refresher, equal parts flour, equal parts fat. What it does is it just thickens up your sauce. Here's the caveat. Everyone does volume, but technically a roux should be in weight. Equal parts in volume, but everyone does volume. I mean, anyways, a roux should be equal parts of fat to flour in weight, not volume. This is me being nerdy and sciencey, and I'm just gonna go crawl in my hole now. We're gonna start low. Make sure to have a whisk because roux are actually very fucking hot. There you go. See? You can see all that. There's also a little bit of stock in there. And that hurts. Ow. So we want a blonde roux. But look, you see it? You see it expanding? That's how you know the roux is forming. This is hot as hell. It doesn't look like it because it's like this clay. Do you remember that infomercial when you were a kid? The sand castles kind of thing? They would put like sand into water and make these like elaborate sculptures. I feel like that's what it looks like to me. But no, this is fucking molten lava. Another thing about cooking shows that I don't like, they don't tell you that this shit is like ripping fucking hot. There's no like urgency on cooking shows. They don't act like this isn't like a fucking lab experiment that could possibly go wrong. Right now we're at the blonde stage. So there's multiple levels of a roux. But look, so we're starting to get darker. So I think we want to stop it here. So we're gonna just pour slowly part of our stock into here. See, look, you can already see the gravy coming about. There we go. Look at that. We're gonna add some black pepper. There we go. So we got like a turkey gravy. This is a chicken gravy. Oh yeah, look at that gravy. It's gonna reduce. Okay, perfect. So the chicken breast is about like 145. We wanted to just raise 10 more. We fucking did it. Okay, cool. I guess we have something. So as with all meats, you gotta let it rest. Quarantine Thanksgiving done. Cheers to those of us who can't see family or who has a small family, or those of us who just might just be lonely. I mean, we're all lonely. Cheers to making the best of what we have. Cheers. Oh my God, that's a lot of alcohol. Let's just kind of carve into this. Basically just cut into these diagonally. Oh yeah, there we go. That looks great. That looks delicious. I'm gonna take a shot. It's like a Miyazaki. I fucking love Miyazaki. Spirited Away, Kiki's Delivery Service. Cheers to Miyazaki. So chicken breast, chicken thigh, so some stuffing with the Craigley bits, and then just some mashed potatoes, which we can like pound down, pound town. That looks so good, I'm not gonna lie. And then if you have some rosemary, this is the dish. So yeah, white meat, dark meat, stuffing and gravy. Anyways, thank you for watching Drunk Dining. I'll see you next week. I'm like extremely drunk, so I'm excited to taste this. This is all so delicious. That's the best I'm gonna get. It's so fucking stupid. Like, this is all the dumbest thing. Like, my dogs are happy. That's all that matters.
Hey guys, my name is Juan, and if you haven't, you should probably subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'll be posting new videos every week. So, you know what to do. Press that. Press my face. Click my face. Not this face, that face. Thanks.